Welcome to Guzzlr.
So when I was on my way from work, I flicked on a Radio 2, and it was Sarah Cox, and she was just got this text from this woman who said that for her 40th birthday, her husband brought her a hot tub, but he hadn't managed to set it all up. And she thought that over the last year, because of lockdown and things, that he'd be able to do it, and he hasn't managed it yet. So this weekend, he's promised her that he's going to sort it for this year's birthday. The only problem is, this year's birthday, she's 60. They bought the hot tub 20 years ago, and he just never set it up.
20?
And,
Oh, bless her.
This week he's gone, I'll do it this weekend. And yeah, 20 years later, he's going to do it.
Why don't you just pay someone to do it? At the
Oh,
point,
honestly,
it's been
that's
like 6 months, and you know you're not going to do it. Just get someone else to do
It
it.
probably won't even work.
Guzzlr podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Guzzlr, and Louis ruined my intro. What are you playing at? What's wrong?
This is, I tried this beer and I was like, oh my god.
Well,
Told
that
you.
ruined that. We're talking
Carry
about birds
on.
today. My first bird fact is, did you know chicken egg colour depends on the colour of their earlobes?
Wait,
Yes, it's one of the facts I've got.
Not again.
wait, what did
But
you
I
just
didn't read
say?
it as earlobes. I read it as, I thought the thing underneath their
Oh,
throat was called a
it
lobe.
might be.
Because
I am
because
confused.
I
I was
thought that made
confused
more
about the ear
sense
thing.
than the ear.
I was
But
confused.
I might be making that up. That might not actually be called a lobe, but I just thought that made more sense
Do
than them
chickens
having
have
they're
ears.
ears?
they're just holes, aren't they? Just holes in the head.
So it's not like
Yes, which is why I wondered about the particular colour of their earlobe.
so it's not like I'd go to a restaurant and be like, oh, I'll have some nice chicken lobes, please. It's like
No.
one of them fancy. But if it's just a hole, then how's they got a lobe?
Exactly, so I think it's the lobe underneath their neck. I might be making that
Now
entirely up.
they have got earlobes. They've got earlobes.
Wow.
Thank you very much,
Carry on,
Anthony.
Declan.
Sorry, wait, what's based off their earlobes?
colour of the egg they produce. Red earlobes produce brown eggs, and white earlobes produce white eggs.
Bloody hell.
Have we all gotten the
That's
same
something,
websites again?
No. I made sure that I went really far into. Basically, what I've done is I've made sure mine are different, but mine are all trash.
I think me and Deck have done the same thing here, which is where I scrolled down quite far, because last time we all chose the same, the top one. And I think me and Deck have scrolled down far, and we've instead chose the same one
I
again.
chose the very top three,
Ah.
so it's fine.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, fine.
wait, hang on. Ah, shit. You won't believe what I've done. My first fact is, every 90 seconds a woman dies during pregnancy. I've done the wrong birds.
You've done the wrong birds.
I've done the wrong birds.
Oh,
I've done
No.
He's
again.
ruined it.
he's done the wrong bird again.
Again. I always do the wrong bird. It always gets me in trouble.
To be,
Every 90 seconds a woman
To be
dies
fair,
during
you're-
pregnancy.
you're
It's a good
famous
fact though,
for
isn't
it.
it?
It is a good fact. It's a good fact.
It's a good fact. It's off topic. It's a good fact.
Should we just? We'll
just scrap it.
We'll just do it on dogs instead.
We'll do it on dogs.
Well, I'll surf it. I'll pull this train back up. I did know
Just
that
to
pigeons
clarify,
recognise.
I do have bird
You
facts. It's a bad joke.
No,
Sorry.
pigeons recognise human faces, and they can recognise about 50
I did know that,
words
yeah.
as well.
Pigeons.
Pigeons.
That why they're always following me. I think I'm cute.
Yeah, because when they say 50 words, though, is that 50 words in a particular language, or is it like they can understand 75 in French, but only 50 in
I think you're
English?
thinking too far into it.
Yeah. I don't believe it's true.
I think I am. Or maybe it's
I'm
like
already
they understand the
calling it a
word
lie.
pigeon in
I
50
think
languages.
it's probably the same way dogs understand sit and bark. Alf,
My three first facts, actually, I was got to say is three first, right? So my pigeon one. The next one was that ostriches and chickens are the closest thing related to
Knew
the
that.
T-Rex today. Ostriches and chickens, I'd argue, are very different as well.
they are.
Right.
Birds, innit?
Yeah, they're quite different. The next one is that cardinals. This is the worst fact I've
I've
ever
got
heard
this.
in my existence. Cardinals and several other avian species. So
We used to get
already
better at this.
wrong.
Oh,
They
I've
cover
got-
themselves in crushed
got this,
or living
yeah.
ants. And then it went on to say
Yeah.
that they don't even know why. So they're just some
They
birds.
they think
with
it's
some
to
ants
get
on
rid
them.
of lice.
But the best thing about those three facts was that I got it from a website called Little peckers.
Nice.
Little peckers.
Yeah, and every word
I'm their patron.
at the start of every word had a capital letter. At the start of every single word on that website had a capital letter. It's really weird.
That is weird. That is very
Alf,
weird.
have you actually got a fact relevant to this podcast?
About like
Twit,
birds.
not.
Bloody hell, you don't want much, do you? I have actually, and I only put this one. I only written this one down because I just thought it was weird. They've written here that exotic birds are kept as pets in the UK, yeah, which we know,
It's an
like
awful
parrots
fact.
and all that sort of stuff. But
I've got this one.
it's illegal. Do you have this one?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
It's illegal to catch or sell UK birds abroad, and I just thought, like what? What birds are we selling? What, we're going to Brazil with a fucking blackbird?
Yeah, pigeon.
Yeah, you want one of these pigeon boys?
Seagull?
What birds do we have that anybody could possibly want as a pet? But like, so if you had to have a British bird, a UK bird as a pet in your house in a cage,
Probably
what would you
Katie
have?
Price. No.
Really? Really? That was your go-to bird to have in a
the
cage in your house.
first female name that comes to my head.
I'd say like a robin.
Yeah, not a lot of meat on them bones though.
No.
Just in case of
Probably Katie
emergency.
Price as well then.
I reckon like we read a book about ravens. I reckon I have a raven.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool actually. But they're quite dominant, aren't they, birds? They're like...
Oh, they're an awful pet to have. They're awful pet to
Yeah.
have. Terrible. They are just birds of prey. They're aggressive. They're clever. But,
His game
I'd
show
have
was
one.
great though. I'd have an owl.
It was.
Yeah, and owls are sick.
Owl.
I
Owls are
just
sick.
want to put it in the
That's
corner and scare people when they come in. Like, you know, they just glare.
But in England, owls only live for about 18 months in England.
I saw that. I had that exact
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah, and they lay up to 11 eggs as well.
I actually
Okay.
left that fact out because the fact confused me. It made
No
it
wonder
make
that-
sense to me.
Yeah, no, I know.
No
I
wonder
took
they
the
die
bits that I
so
like.
quick.
Lays 11 eggs, lives for 18 months, but the oldest one in Europe was 21 years old, which is a pretty long while for an owl. Or bird, full stop.
But the thing I found interesting about the fact is like if an owl hits 1 year old, it'll probably live to 4.
Yeah,
All right, fine, fair
Yeah.
enough.
yeah.
But that's what confused me. It said the average lifespan of an owl is 18 months, but if it hits 1 year, it'll probably live to 4. So where are these
Despite
18-month-old
the fact
owls?
it's 18 months.
I didn't understand. So that's why I didn't include the fact because I don't think it adds up. There's something missing
That's
there.
a really good point.
I really don't understand.
point.
If someone wants to explain that to me, you can try.
There was once on Family Fortunes, to be fair, when it said name on Australian bird, like the second from bottom answer was actually Kylie Minogue.
Really?
Yeah, it actually was, yeah.
To be fair, probably is the most famous Australian bird.
Did you know there's a
Yeah.
poisonous bird?
It. I just realised I said it's probably the most famous Australian bird. I'm sorry to all the Kylie Minogue fans. I'm sorry to the Kylie Minogue fan. I hope you're alright.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Cheers.
What did you say?
Did you know there's a poisonous bird?
No.
There's a poisonous bird called the hooded pitohui.
It's not called that. I'm gonna stick my neck out here and I'm gonna say it's not called that.
Wait,
I'm
say
going
it
to
again.
type it in. A
No,
hooded
say it again.
pitohui?
Patohui?
How do you pronounce it?
I
Stop
think
playing me
that's
for
right.
a fool.
It must be that. I don't know what else it could be. I've never seen it written
The
down.
Pitohui.
but
Well,
it
it
must
doesn't
be
have the
that.
pronunciation on Wikipedia. What are you playing at?
Padawi. How are you spelling
Pitohui.
this? Hooded. Hooded podium. Are you saying Padawi?
Pit-
Padawi.
Oh, hui.
I'm just googling poisonous bird, mate.
Hui. Hui.
Poisonous bird. No species of bird is known to be poisonous. Nah, it doesn't say that. It says none of them are venomous, but that's different. Oh, I found him. Hooded
Yeah,
pitahui.
that's him. I like mine.
Yeah,
Pitohui.
Right.
I like mine better. Pitohui. Its skin and feathers are poisonous. I don't know how someone found that out.
Sounds like slang name for a male genitalia, doesn't it? Hooded
Yeah.
potterhui.
How many species of birds do you
12.
think are in the UK?
I think I know
they're all
this because
called
I've written
Frank.
it down.
You really should go. I reckon it's about 621, roughly.
I think I have this exact number written in front of me on my notes. That's what I
What would
think.
What would you have actually guessed though?
I would have gone much higher than the number is. That's
I
that's
would have
why.
gone a lot lower.
Would you?
Yeah, I would have done, yeah.
How much you drank?
Because I can only name about 15
Just
birds.
to clarify, Declan, the answer's 10, and he would have gone lower than
What?
that. The answer's not 10. That would be mental.
621.
It just said a handful. It just said there's a handful of species of bird.
But yeah,
Yes.
I can count like 15. So
Yeah, but
621's a lot.
So
Yeah, but like, you need to think about species. Like, how many species of insects do you think there are in the UK?
Yeah, but that's a lot.
Yeah, but you couldn't name them all, could you? You couldn't like. You
Yeah,
could probably look out
ants.
into your garden. If you look out into your garden right now from your second-story bedroom, you won't be able to see one bug. That doesn't mean they're not there, mate.
Name all 621 species of birds.
Frank.
Prove it.
I could, but it's going to be
They're
a
all
long
called
podcast.
Frank.
Isn't it?
Pigeon, blackbird, sparrow, starling, robin,
Are badgers
dove.
birds? Or did they
Badgers?
change that?
badgers.
They used to be
You're a
birds, didn't they? They changed it in like 2005. Oh no, sorry, I'm thinking of Pluto. They changed it. It's not a planet, is it? Sorry,
It's easy to get confused between them. Yeah.
I do it all the time.
It's easy. People don't see Pluto and people never see badgers. It's easy
There
to
you
get
go.
confused.
I've never seen a badger. To be fair, you ever seen a badger alive?
No. You ever seen Pluto? No.
I reckon the government have bags, and it's just called badger roadkill. And every now and again they drive out and they just chuck them down the
Empty it.
side of the road, just to perpetuate the myth that badgers exist.
Yeah.
Because no one's ever seen a living badger.
No one ever. It's
No one's
fact.
ever
no
seen
one's
a living
ever seen
I
badger.
haven't got a lot of will to live. Please
Alright.
stop wasting it.
I've never seen one.
Do you want to actually? This was my next worst fact in the world. This is actually the most boring.
Wait,
fact
what was
I've
your
ever
worst
heard.
fact? Have we heard it yet?
The cardinals and some
Oh,
other
yeah, the
avian
ants.
species cover themselves in
Oh,
crust
yeah, that-
or
yeah,
living
no.
ants.
No, that was. Please stop. I don't need to relive that. Carry on.
This is just a boring fact, right? Since global warming, swallows now arrive in the UK 15 days earlier and give birth 11 days earlier than they did in 1960. My favourite fact, though,
Oh, here we go.
Is
I better
that,
write it down.
the Bassian thrush
Horrible disease.
That's
farts.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's one of them
Yeah,
like.
I know
Bassian
someone who
thrush,
had
yeah.
thrush in his mouth once.
Ooh,
It wasn't me. Before anyone starts.
like the bird.
It was Louis.
Yeah, the Bassian thrush farts at
Oh
its
yeah,
prey.
it tries
It
to
what?
scare worms or something, or startle worms, doesn't it?
I was about to say that the prey is worms,
Yeah.
which is the weirdest thing in the world.
Do worms
But
have
it
ears?
farts at it. No, I don't think it's the sound
It's the gas. It's the
of
gas.
the fart.
Hmm.
Yeah, they fart at the worm,
Touche.
and the worms scurry away. Not scurry, slip.
Scurry.
What's a worm do? The
Like
worms peg it.
Squawks.
What?
Wriggle.
No. Don't be ridiculous.
No. Wriggle,
Um,
definitely wriggle. They wriggle
Jogs.
away. Jogs, yeah, they
He
absolutely
jogs
leg
off.
it away.
Paddles.
And they see him moving. They go, "I'll have them." Yeah, I imagine it's the smell and the gas, not that they hear a fart and they go, "Oh, time to go."
I'll be honest. I feel like I forgot what a fart was. To be
Yeah,
fair, when you
probably
first
so.
said it, I genuinely thought you said bark, and I was more impressed.
Oh,
But I thought they were barking at worms. Which has
these
never
birds
done
are
anything for
farting
me.
and worms are just like, yeah, mad. Well, they-
Penguins can jump up to 6 feet high.
That's too high.
Then
That's
their
that is
knees
a
are
pretty
inside
good
their
fact.
body. Where do they generate this power? Is it all in the ankles?
Yeah,
I reckon I
Ma-
could barely jump 6 millimeters.
6
Like-
feet is, especially that these aren't very, they're very tall. Hang on, what sort of birds are these? What sort of penguins are these? Are these like the tiny little ones that are jumping
penguins.
like my height? Oh yeah, I know which ones you mean. I know the ones. That is pretty mad, to be fair. But maybe, you know, like when you get on like on video games, and you hold X to jump, or you hold it to do like
Super
it builds
jump.
up into a big jump. Maybe the birds, because their legs are inside of them, it's like they're holding on to the big jump.
Yeah,
and
but then you'd see like
release, and that's
an
why
extra
they
2
can
foot a leg, wouldn't you?
They're always building up to the big jump.
Yeah, exactly.
They're always ready.
Someone is just holding X down for a long while.
How high can humans jump?
Not very.
Like, not me.
Yeah. Like the Masai Mara. How high can the Masai Mara jump?
5.3 feet. Penguins win. Damn it.
That is actually a mad fact.
That means we have to give them the planet.
I don't think that's
theirs
how it
now.
works.
What do you mean?
I'm pretty sure it is.
When Moses was first created by God, I think that's how it happened. When he stepped out of the Red Seas, and he put that bushfire out, he said, "Whoever can jump the highest shall have the planet." And then he made some bread and some wine, and he sat and he waited. He waited for the biggest jump.
And we
that was
know
Moses.
from the film about Moses, white men can't jump. That we're
There
not
you
gonna
go.
planet.
The autobiographical feature about Moses. White men can't jump. yeah, that one. You really are a religious man, I can tell.
Oh,
You're a
Yeah,
man
I've
of,
seen,
you're a
all,
man
I've
of
seen all the
scripture.
classics. Yeah.
They call it the New Testament, actually.
Yeah, the New Testament.
Says it on the
yeah.
says it on the DVD.
Yeah.
I had a penguin fact. It's
Did
not
it
going
say
to
it?
top that. It was terrible. If I can find it, I've got a big list here of 3 or 4 facts to look through. So, I'll be honest with you. I don't think I had a penguin fact. I'll take it back. I'll take it back. I've looked through
Okay,
it.
this is really
Is there
nice.
one there?
Goldfinches, a group of goldfinches is called a charm. That's because
I
it's
saw
Latin
that.
for the word Carmen, and Carmen means magic song, and it's because they've got a wonderful bird song. So that's
That's
very
cute.
nice.
Did you see the one about the wrens?
No,
How many spiders and caterpillars they eat in an afternoon?
no.
How many
It's actually a real thing. How many they eat in an afternoon?
how many spiders and caterpillars do you think they feed to one chick
as many
in
as
an
I like.
afternoon?
Hang on, when's an afternoon? Clarify for me when an afternoon starts and ends.
How long have you been alive?
Ooh,
When's the afternoon end?
Afternoon.
when
Yeah.
evening begins.
When does evening begin?
When afternoon ends.
After the afternoon.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no, that's clarified. Thank you.
Prior
I
to
reckon
night beginning.
like 25.
You think 25 spiders and caterpillars?
Yeah,
Set
that's
them?
pretty mental. They've got to
a
find
lot.
the caterpillars and the spiders. Yeah.
Yeah. They ain't got like Meals on Wheels. They don't like get
No,
brought to
no.
them. They have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got Uber
Gotta
Eats.
find them. Yeah.
Dex, how many do you reckon? 500 in an afternoon. They feed
Oh,
to
it's well
their
off.
chicks. Sorry. 500 in one afternoon. I didn't even know there were that many spiders.
No, I didn't. That's pretty
I mean,
mad.
that wasn't true. I'm glad you agreed, but it was a lie. But yeah, 500.
That's pretty mad.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That is crazy, especially like when they're flying about. They've got to see on the ground 500 spiders.
I honestly thought you were about to say then when they fly about they've got to carry all them. Like they were just carrying all 500.
Yeah,
You know in
back
Iron
off.
Man 3 where he grabs someone and he says, right, grab the next
Oh, yeah,
person.
Yeah.
They do that but with spiders. They got like a big spider chain.
Right.
It's a
Nice,
sight.
nice.
It's a sight to behold.
Anyway, did you know the albatross can sleep while it flies, which makes one of us because I can never sleep on a plane, and it can do this at 25 miles an hour. It just glides.
How long
Is
does
it
it
like-
sleep
Huh?
for though?
I
How long
assume
can it
it's just
sleep for?
napping, so a couple of minutes at a time.
Like I reckon I could sleep and drive, but only for a couple of seconds at the most.
I can one up you.
He can
Yeah.
sleep and lay.
I raise your albatross a common swift.
Right.
Right? You got
Ooh.
listen. You got to listen to what these boys can do. This is my best fact. So they also sleep in the air, but guess how long they spend in the air at a time.
A minute. It's just big jumps. Like
Big jump.
Like
It's a penguin. I was talking about penguins.
like the Hulk.
Yeah.
How long do you reckon? The common swift. They spend the longest in the air at any one point out of all the birds. 1 point. They
I
go
don't know.
up. How long does it
A
take
year.
them to come down? 10 months.
What?
They spend 10 months in the air at a time. Yeah. They can sleep, mate, eat, drink, all in the air. 10 months. Without landing. They don't land.
How do they eat?
I'm actually
They just like catch flying insects, basically.
The best thing was that I was like, this ain't going to be like, I'm going to raise him. Mine's not very interesting anymore.
10
I'm
months.
going to say it now. That the peregrine falcon, he can fly at 79 miles per hour,
Yeah, I knew that.
which is fast, really fast. But this bit, non-stop for 8 hours, which is like a long period of time. So when you just said about how long do you think they stay in the air for, I was like, I'd say about 10 hours. But these boys can fly at 79 miles an hour. They use like 10 months, and I thought, well, the falcon's pretty crap, isn't it?
But they can't fly. They can't fly at that speed for that long, can they?
Yeah, at that
But
speed
they only
for 8 hours.
reach that speed when they're diving.
Now, when they're diving, they reach
Really?
like 200 miles an hour.
Rah. Anyway, I'm going to
That's
top
fact
your
I
fact
googled, mate.
with a fact about ducks. Did you know their quack doesn't echo, and no one knows why?
I did know that.
I didn't know that, but I only know that from the name of the show.
I was going
Duck
to say
quacks don't echo.
Oh.
the name of the show. There's a show called that. Yeah. That's the only reason
And
I
it's
knew it.
about just mad facts. Yeah.
That is crazy, though, isn't it? Do you think it's to do
I was
with
just about
like...
to ask you,
No, I don't
why
know.
don't they echo? But you just said.
I'd
no one knows
assume
why
it
they
is
echo.
something to do with pitch or some bollocks.
I'll dedicate my life to it. Let me write it down. To do. Dedicate life to why don't ducks echo. I'll get on to that. When I'm on my deathbed, I'll dedicate my life.
So the Moluccan, some cockatoo, it squawks at 135 decibels, which probably
lot.
means nothing. But it says that some rock concerts have 125 decibels, and that 80 could actually cause you permanent hearing loss. So that bird just squawking in your ear, you'd probably just die on the spot.
Yeah, probs. Anyway,
Yeah. Sorry, what happened there was I had a joke in my head, but I realised I couldn't say it in the podcast because there was an awkward silence. But that was my brain saying, "No, Alfie, sit down."
The ruby-throated hummingbird.
The
So
what,
the
mate?
hummingbird's also the ruby-throated hummingbird. So the hummingbird's the lightest bird, and it's also the only one that can fly backwards. But how many times do you think its wings flap a second?
1,000.
Twice.
1,000.
Quick boys.
That is mental.
It'd be
second.
sicker if, because you know they can like
Yeah.
hover.
Yeah.
It would be cooler if it was just like once a second, and they still managed to hover. It was just like
Yeah, that's true.
one elephant, bam. I ain't going anywhere.
It just
boys.
filled with.
That'd be more
with
impressive.
Yeah, I'll be honest. When I went, it's
Yeah.
50 times a second, but I thought that was mental. But Dex said 1,000. so
50
it's not very
times, 50
impressive,
times,
is it?
look, 50 times a second's impressive, but if you tell me that a bird's flapping its wing 50 times a second, I expect it to be able to fly. So I don't know, like the facts didn't, I don't know, it didn't add up in my head how it's impressive. Do you know what I mean? Like, all the fact there is you wouldn't believe this, a hummingbird can fly and it
I
flaps
think
its
the-
wings a lot. Those two things,
I think
They
the
make
most
sense.
concerning part about that fact is how did they find out it was red-throated? Like, what did they have to do to that bird?
I'll tell you what though, Alf, I'll take that on board, mate. I will write that down.
write it down. Let them know.
Yeah.
The both the people that wrote the fact and hummingbirds as a wider
what-
community, let them know.
All right. Yeah. I'll pass it on. I'll pass your message.
Flap
on.
slower.
I'll,
That's my advice.
While we're on hummingbirds, did you know the average man would have to eat 129 kilos of meat every day if they had the metabolism of the hummingbird?
I thought it was going to be a fact about how many hummingbirds you'd have to eat. I thought who had done that.
I'll
maths?
voice me that as well.
How much meat?
129 kilos.
I'll get my all.
That's a. Blimey, imagine having that metabolism and still being as light as they are.
Did you know that
129 kilograms of meat they eat a day, do they?
a man only has to eat 2 kilograms of meat a day to be morbidly obese with my metabolism? That's a fun fact for you. I'm going to apply for Guinness World Records world's slowest metabolism. I'm Still processing food that I had on my 10th birthday.
God, your fats must be awful.
Yeah, it's making a slow passage through.
How
It
big
really
are your
is.
intestines?
Mate, sizable. I'd argue. Sizable.
Oh,
What's a group of geese called?
gooses.
Gander.
A gaggle.
I thought it was a gander of geese.
No, gaggle of geese, and they gander.
What's a gander? They gander.
They gander. It's a gander when they walk.
But
I'm not alright. I'll be
A
honest.
group of ravens is called a murder.
A
Yes,
gander
it
is a male goose. A male goose is called a gander. There you go. I knew it was something like that.
Yeah, ravens and crows are a murder, yeah. Chickens? What are chickens?
Squad.
They're like a sort of small bird. Normally keep them like. They're a domesticated bird that we normally use for sort of farming eggs for food and.
I'll write that one down as well. Excellent.
Actually, while we're on the topic of chickens,
hang on, wait, we're still on this one. Hang on, they're called a peep,
but
and a group of larks is called an extradition.
the long
and a group of owls.
A hoop.
A parliament.
Yeah, I did know that.
I'd argue they're a hoop.
The longest feathers ever seen on a chicken were in Japan. These tail feathers measured at 34.7 feet long.
That's pretty long.
Just for tail feathers, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, crack on.
That is mad. That is actually mad.
The goose was the first ever domesticated bird.
Excellent.
How?
I was just about to say that.
They're evil.
You what, mate? Yeah, that is a good point. Actually, they are.
My
evil.
mum's ex-in-laws used to have guard geese.
Yeah, I can believe it, because they're more vicious than Dobermans.
Complete science, and then yep. Cool.
My final fact.
That is,
Go on.
fair enough. No. I think it's fair enough. I think geese are terrifying, and I would want them to guard my property. If I had any.
My final fact is that kiwis are blind, so they have to use their smell to hunt.
Is that why their beak is so long?
Name a fruit that isn't blind.
Name a fruit that isn't blind. Apples aren't.
Oh, don't get me started on apples. They're confusing enough as it is.
They can see.
What do you mean apples are confusing?
I've talked to you about this before. They're juicy, but they're hard.
Have you?
It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, like me.
Yeah, Biggie Smalls ours.
Yeah, my final fact is that budgies are the only bird in all the birds to have contagious yawns. Not to us, to each other.
I was gonna say,
That would be sick, wouldn't it?
that would be sick, yeah. Oh.
I've got two facts.
You had two facts at the beginning.
I've found two more. How long, if you, alright, you get a robin, yeah?
Hang on.
Baby robin.
Give me a minute. You actually want me to
You're going to
one?
get a baby robin? Yeah, but it needs to be a
He's
baby.
going to go steal some shit.
Stop talking about it, just do it, mate. You got 1 minute. It needs to be a baby, though. Right, you get a baby robin, yeah? You've got him. Right, now what you got to do is, you got to follow him. You got to follow that robin for a day. Preferably not
I should have
now.
thought about this before I got one. I feel like I
And
committed
then-
to it now.
How, if you took all the worms that that baby robin ate in a day, remember it's a baby, they're little, yeah? Take all the worms it ate, how long do you think that would add up to? The full length of those worms? What length of worm do you think?
200
Like in
it would
meters or feet.
In feet.
I really want you to
A
go like,
baby
just-
robin in 1 day.
400 feet.
I really, when I said meters, I really want you to go like centimeters. Actually, it's not that long.
They eat 1/4 of one earthworm.
Yeah, like 3 meters.
I need it in feet.
200.
Oh,
200 feet's quite a lot.
I'm really not good at these eyeballing numbers.
like 8 feet.
See, 8 feet's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's actually
I
14
was closest.
feet. 14. No, you weren't. That's not how it works. It's not higher or lower. You were hundreds
then-
off.
that's like 2 and a bit of me. To be fair, if you did line up worms, it's probably not that many though, is it?
Yeah, but do you know how big a baby robin is, mate? Right, I got one more fact. This is a good one. So birds. You heard of them?
No.
Yeah.
When they get older, this isn't all birds. You'd have to ask them personally if you want to know which ones. When they get older, their eyes change colour.
Like dogs.
Yeah.
And it's meant. Apparently, they think it's like a sign of maturity thing, so
Oh,
they
like
don't
pubes?
actually so they don't accidentally nonce. Yeah,
Oh.
it's a very easy identifier to know that another bird's of age, basically. Which
Is paedophilia a thing in the bird community?
I'd hope not, but probably.
No, but like because they
Probably.
don't have sex for pleasure, do they?
Some
So
dirty birdies out
they
there.
don't have
You
sex
are?
for pleasure, do they? It's actual
Yeah,
mating,
exactly,
so they'd
that's
have
true.
to find
So-
one that's sexually mature.
Yeah. So the eye colour thing is like capable of giving birth, so like or laying eggs. So yeah, there would be no point, which makes it worse. If you are a paedophile bird, you're worse than a human because you just it literally serves you no function at all. You
Yeah.
don't even enjoy it. You are just a bad
good one.
bird. That's all my facts, I think.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm finished too. So
They won't actually. I've got one more. The peregrine
we've already talked
falcon.
about
Yeah, I know. I forgot. The problem was Louis said my fact, but then I've written another bit after that, so I didn't realise I'd written another.
Right.
You don't need to hear this. I've got a fact, right? When they hunt some boys, as in like other birds, not children, they catch up to him in the air, and then you just punch them.
that. Like octopodes.
They just punch them out the
Like
air.
the octopus.
Yeah. The way that they've worded it is they knock them out with their balled talons. They're like balled up talons, but they punch them. They punch them down. Yeah. And then they catch them before they hit the floor, and then that's dinner.
If they hit the floor, they're not allowed to eat them. Is it like a sign of like tribal respect sort of thing? Like they hit the floor.
They're just disappointed in themselves that they didn't catch them.
The thing is, when we did the octopus episode, and you said that they sort of punch their prey, I thought that's quite interesting. I might give that a go. It's really hard to punch a cow to death. Is what I learned. It's really, really difficult, actually. Really hard.
It's not so bad on chickens though.
Oh no, chickens were honestly one or two.
You got-
one or two. I spread them out over an hour. I didn't want to too many punches.
You got
at once,
scratched
but
a horrendous
one
amount.
or two. Give them a punch. Go watch an episode of Taskmaster. Come back, give them another one.
Yeah. But it's
Cows. They just don't go. They just don't go.
Okay,
That's
what were you
problematic.
drinking?
Well, what me and Alfie got is sort of like more
More
of a phenomenon, really. Yeah.
God, what stupid. We're not alright tonight, boys. Just to clarify, it's called more of a phenomenon. That's why we're laughing.
As soon as I got it out of the fridge, I really just wanted. It's just it's just more of a phenomenon, isn't it? Really. More of a phenomenon
But yeah, that's what we're drinking. I would argue it's
by boundary.
something.
See, when I poured it, it was proper IPA. It smelled lovely, but the taste is like
It's really citrusy.
it's like
Like
concentrated
sour.
squash.
Really?
Yeah,
It's a bit
really
like
sour.
grapefruity, though, isn't it? It's alright. I don't know. It doesn't taste like beer.
It's got again though contains barley, wheat, and oats.
How do they get these? I don't get how they get that flavour from those three
It
ingredients.
tastes a lot like grapefruit actually. Really strong, really strong. I mean, it's nice.
It's one of those times though where like it's not a bad drink, but if you wanted a beer, you wouldn't want to eat.
Oh yeah.
If you would like really fancied a beer after like a long day at work or something, you wouldn't grab more of a phenomenon, would you?
No, you wouldn't know. It's more of a phenomenon, isn't it?
I'd argue so.
No, I've got to go gym after this. I was on good old Peterborough's finest tap water.
Can you not go to the gym after
that's
wine?
hard
Gin?
work.
Can you not go to the gym? Can you not go to the gym after wine?
Well, I could, but it's cardio, so I don't want to like vom. Cool. That was our podcast on birds. I hope you enjoyed it. Next week it's whose? What are you doing?
Mine. Just no, I ain't got any ideas, mate. Literally none. I could do one about just like things around me. Just wing
Go
it.
for it.
Just like
Yeah.
bowls.
We're not
pens.
starting it yet.
That's totally yours, mate.
We're not starting it
super
yet.
glue. Handcuffs. Just like stuff. Just stuff.
All right,
that I can see.
I'm gonna say now when this
It's
comes
happened.
out, it'll be the 5th. So it's 12 days till we can record again properly in the Guzzlr studio when this comes out. Which
I can't hear what he's saying, so I've kicked my earphone out. But I think he was saying 12
no,
days of Christmas.
it's 12 days until
Yeah, it
we
was.
can record again.
Oh,
He didn't say that.
I preferred it when my
12 days
earphone
Christmas.
weren't in. And I was imagining the conversation.
Talk about the 12 days of Christmas. Partridge in a pear tree.
Right, it's time.
Partridge.
It's time to
Oh,
end.
there you go.
Turtle doves.
We've brought it all. Wait, there's
Three
geese.
French hens.
Geese is one of them. There's a
Yeah,
geese.
geese.
There's geese in
Geese
there.
are
How many
there.
geese? 14 in it. 14.
Watch WGNR. It's someone's next week. We'll see you later. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this Guzzlr podcast.